Hi, everyone. I'm John Pertzborn, and I recently retired in October. And coincidentally, I run into my old friend, Joe RoosEvans. And Joe, I haven't seen you in 40 years,
40 years.
and you have made a success of yourself.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Number 14. How many books have you written now?
14. That's the last one and the best one.
I like this. It's Constructing Your Family Fortress, the 3 essential steps for securing your family's financial future even after you're gone. And isn't that the big worry? You want your family to be secure.
Yes. And that's what my firm's been around for 40 years. Actually, today, 40 years that we're shooting this. And through doing so many reviews, 17,000 clients, and looking at their estate plans and things they had, we decided to build a plan that's so secure that covers the things that were left out. And that's why the genesis of the family fortress, John.
Yeah, the government's not a part of your family.
Well, they could be because they're part of your IRA, and Uncle
Right.
Sam's a good beneficiary, so we think.
Oftentimes the biggest beneficiary
Yes.
of people's wealth.
Yes, and that's where, if people only knew, because it's not that people are not concerned about it, they just don't know, and they don't know where to get the knowledge, the faith, the good knowledge to help them avoid things like that. You have the right to minimize your taxes. You have the right to minimize your 401k, your IRA. You have the right to protect it. You just need to know the steps, and a lot of us don't. And it just going through experiences. We have, when our fathers were younger, you had an advisor, you had someone that knew everything. Now today we're so siloed. We have an investment advisor over here. We have the tax guy over here. We have the lawyer over here. And the tax guy used to give you tax planning advice. Hey, John, you should do this. Hey, John, you should do that. Now they just report your taxes. The lawyer does his job, does a great job. We got many great lawyers in town. They'll give you a document, but what's the financial advice to the document?
And oftentimes they're not talking to one another. So you have all these different entities. And so that is the whole, I guess, the theory behind what you do is you've got it all in one house.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to be mentored by some gentlemen, and we came across a process called the Trust Representative Office, which allows us to cross all bridges. We give tax planning advice, financial advice, and estate planning advice, but we do it in synergy. And that just, we go through different parts of our life. You just retiring, maybe me not too far behind you, but my son would like that. But anyway, my wife might not. But anyway, that's a different phase of your life. You accumulated your assets for retirement. Well, the next phase is what's called distribution. I work for my money? How does my money work for me? And then, the family fortress orchestrates that together with what's called legacy of transfer. Because sooner or later, what we have, we want to go to our loved ones. So those two phases of our life are so much different than the first phase. Distributing your money is a lot harder. Taxes, inflation, how long am I going to live? Our discussion about Social Security a minute ago. How do I manage this? And, a lot of our parents have pensions, and some still do, military, police officers, things like that. But pensions used to be guaranteed income. Mm-hmm. We don't have that anymore. We have 401k. So as we were younger, we want to be a millionaire. We're a millionaire, but how long is it going to last?
Right. Well, what are the most common mistakes you see that people make?
I wouldn't call it a mistake, but life gets in the way. And
Right.
We're doing some work for the O'Fallon PD. I'm sending them all estate plans and stuff. And that's my way of giving back. But if you think about a lot of people, police officers, doctors, teachers, they're so busy taking care of somebody else, they don't take care of themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen a lot of estates, and you think, well, this guy's mega wealthy, he's got everything taken care of. Just life gets in the way. Children came along, someone's growing a business, you started your career, you're going for better education, you're working 12 hours a day. And if you look back, when we had nothing, it wasn't that big a worry, but we had liabilities. We had children. A lot of folks have children, they have no money, and then they get a will. Majority of folks come to our events have wills. They're 30 years old, 40 years old. Mm-hmm. And it's when their kids were young and they needed somebody to protect them.
Right.
Half the trusts in America are unfunded. So it's like ordering a nice Corvette and finding out the engine didn't come with it. Funding means you put your assets inside your trust. Well, if your trust doesn't control assets, it doesn't control anything. People are living longer. They are living healthier. And when you worry about something, it causes stress. And I can't tell you how many folks visit us and And I do a lot of speaking publicly. Our lawyers do a lot of speaking things. We're in the front talking to 50, 100 people. And, I said, some of you have wills that are from when the kids were young. And I always see in the audience, some wife taps her husband. Some of you have trusts that are not funded. They wouldn't be sitting there unless they wanted knowledge. And I really commend the folks that come to our educational events because they're saying, I want knowledge. And then how you use that knowledge and take advantage of it, whether it's with us, whether it leads you back to where you were, stuff, that's a blessing. And there are folks that worked hard for what they had and they put it away and they don't have the right answers that some of the other folks get.
Yeah, I've heard you don't have to be smart to make money, but you do have to be smart or savvy to hold on to it.
Yeah.
And that's where you come in.
Absolutely.
Joe, it's nice to see you again.
Thanks, John.
He hasn't changed a bit. Look at him. And the book, by the way, Constructing Your Family Fortress, one of 14.
Yes,
They're all good ones.
Thank you very
All right,
much,
brother.
and I appreciate you.